Alright guys, I'll be working on the Toyota a little more tonight, but as you've seen, I do have another truck in the shop. It is a, I don't know, 99, 2000, 2001, 2, 3, something. It's an S10. I was building this for my wife a couple years back, got burnt out on it, and put it in storage, but we just recently dug it back out. Got it in the shop, trying to debate on what we're going to do with it. We may continue with the S10 build, do a couple videos with her helping on it, or we may rip this body off and find something older and cooler to set on this chassis. Kind of undecided, but either way, I'll give you a rundown on it. Second gen S10, body dropped. It is a 4.3 auto and a pretty much full back half. I bought this truck. The back half was kind of all there. All the pieces were made. But I kind of finished it off, changed up a few things. Did all the welding, bed lined the whole chassis, painted everything. And then this original cab that I bought, the doors had been shaved when I bought it and they were really warped. So I replaced the doors, same with the roof skin. The third brake light had been shaved, but it was warped pretty bad. So I swapped the roof skin, threw on a new front clip, made this bumper. I get a lot of comments on this bumper. All it is factory S10 bumper. I cut it in half, put 4 inches in the middle, kind of reshaped the bottom of it, and then I bent up a piece of 2-inch pipe, cut it in half, and molded it into that bumper. So that's all that is. And then kind of reworked the ends so they lined up the fenders a little better, but it is all steel. It's just traditional body drop, nothing special. But yeah, you'll be seeing this in some videos. Like I said, rather we continue with the S10 or set something else on that chassis. But there it is. But back to the Toyota. Got all the harnesses dug out. That's rear harness, inside harness, the ECM, gauges, fuse box, and engine harness. So that's what I'll be doing. Gonna get as much as that thrown on there and thinned out as I can, and hopefully at least getting this thing cranking tonight. No, we're not going to get it fired up. There's no fuel system yet, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing, is throwing a bunch of wiring on there. Hi guys, turned the camera off for about an hour so you didn't see me screaming and yelling and throwing stuff. But me and Sid, look what we got. Good job, bud. So that's where I'm at with it. I got most of the harnesses installed. It's cranking. I got power to everything that I should. So I'm happy with it. I'm gonna call it a night and I'll hit it again tomorrow. Alright guys, so we are back at it. It's actually been about a week because this ain't the movies. This stuff actually takes a long time and it's boring to watch. But in that time I got fuel pump mounted, all the fuel lines are ran, rear brake lines, everything is plumbed up to the handbrake, got that working. Got the drive shaft in. Up front, got new brake calipers, hoses, all the lines are ran. Got the brake pedal working inside. Made up a battery box, got the battery mounted. Like I said, all the pedals are working. I had to run all new hoses for the clutch, got that all bled out. Like I said, handbrake's working. Most of the wiring is handled. Hoping to get this thing fired up for the first time. Should really only have to make some battery cables, hook up the starter. There may be some random grounds here and there we got tracked down, but that's kind of where we're at with it. And like I said, hopefully we'll hear this thing run by the end of the night. Okay, so we got all this wiring up front handled, got all the cables, everything on, and just ran a temporary wire for the fuel pump. So any luck, I will hook that fuel pump up, give this thing a crank or two, and it'll fire right up. So let's see what happens. Okay, so there's your proof that I don't always completely suck. There's like a solid 10% of the time I actually know what I'm doing. Or maybe I just lucked out, but either way, fired right up, sounded decent. I didn't let it run for too long because there's no coolant in it, but I'm gonna fire it back up and try running through the gears, make sure nothing flies apart, and test the brakes out, make sure everything's good on that end. Okay, so how good was that? Everything worked, nothing exploded, nothing caught on fire, so we don't suck. Today we don't suck. Tomorrow we'll probably suck again. But today, engine runs, transmission shifts, everything held together on the back, pedals worked, brakes worked. It's a good day. But there's a show in a couple weeks I want to drive this thing too. So still have a lot to do to it, a lot of little things to button up. It's all pretty boring, so you guys might not see that. And the next time you see this, maybe when I'm hopping in it and hitting the road, see what happens. But check it out.